Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today, na Tuesday, number 8 day for this month of August, 2023. My name na Capo Daniel, una own countryman, sense past king, Lukong. Una welcome to our daily podcast, a program where they bring una the truth, they bring una meaningful information, fact-based analysis for help we as we waka for this journey to our freedom, to the independence of Ambazonia. Good people of Ambazonia at home and abroad, today we come out with very good news, even though not the best, but our Ambazonian Dark Forces they ran carry out their first IED attack for inside Bamenda, even though the attack be unsuccessful, and La Republique Du Cameroun, their terrorist forces then survived the attack. The IED, explode the way we supposed to explode. It be happened for around Chia Street Day for inside Bamenda few hours ago. Our brave dark forces, the forces where they walk within the shadow, they carry out this attack for target the Cameroon military convoy and patrol with the patrol for inside Chia Street, and the attack, explode the way we be. Now I feel detonation, but we go continue for target the Cameroon military wherever they are with our forces who will continue to be their nightmare. This one now one of our first successful attack for inside Bamenda as the Ambazonian Dark Forces, and will continue for carry out much of such attacks. We call on all Ambazonian sons and daughters, whether you do work for inside Cameroon, their military, join the Ambazonian Dark Forces. Whether you've been a hunter man, you've been a quarterhead, you've been a teacher, you've been a lawyer, you've been a takambang, whatever profession you be, join the Dark Forces, work in the shadows, and fight against the legitimate enemy, which is the Cameroon terrorist military. And they are impostor them, unelected official them, where they impose themselves and where we don't get 100% evidence, say that they work with the Cameroon armed forces for provide them with military targets for their raid and attack against our communities with arson attacks. Join our forces. This is the way forward. A guerrilla warfare is waged by faceless soldiers that fight for an ideology, that fight for a common goal, a political goal for their people, not people who fight simply for their groups and put that groups ahead of the national interest. Now time for we to take this fight for another level, for fight for resist La Republique Du Cameroun. We are not fighting to liberate, we are fighting to resist so that our country shall be liberated. We'll fight for something we'll meet up on. This one, the fight according to the study way we don't study our struggle, our potential, and the potential for La Republique Du Cameroun. We cannot drive them immediately out of our country, but we can make our territory ungovernable for them. We can make our territory a graveyard for them until Cameroon go acknowledge, go recognize we Ambazonians as a nation, as a people, and restore back our self-governance, the protection of our own people for us to live with pride. We cannot accept the status quo. We cannot accept to go back to La Republique the way things were. We must resist until a just and sustainable peace that secures our right as a state and that guarantees a future independence for Ambazonia will be accepted. Resist until just peace is accepted. Fellow Ambazonian, the fight for freedom, the political ideology, and political objectives are an integral part that determines the conduct of every force. Forces that fight under political objectives that are not attainable, that are wrong, and are not based on facts or reality, are usually have conducts that do not match their political reality because they are working in the dark. It is very important that we get the goal we have set for our forces and our peoples right. That way, their understanding and their knowledge about the guerrilla warfare and the goal of our fighting will affect how they conduct themselves. We have had all sorts of experiment, inspiration from the past, some good, some bad. It is time for us to adopt best practices for a sustainable campaign to resist Cameroon's new colonial and exploitatory rule over our territory, to fight for an Ambazonia that can secure its borders, its identity, and restore the dignity of their people and stop the impunity and Cameroon excesses over our people. We may not be able to defeat Cameroon militarily, outrightly, but we will make sure that Cameroon will never govern our territory in their terms, never even by their own people. We will resist Cameroon block by block. We will fight Cameroon block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood, until we find a just peace that preserves our identity, which is fundamental to our existence. This is our political objective and our military ideology behind our guerrilla warfare. Every Ambazonian should align themselves, and every Ambazonian force should align themselves to this most potent force. You saw what we did in Balangi. You saw what we did in the road of Ekok. Today we have shown you a demonstration in Bamenda, and will continue to attack the enemy and make sure they will have no peace so long as we have no peace, until their political leadership will come to their senses. We will fight La Republique du Cameroun until our objective will be attained. Fellow Ambazonians, I also want to educate our people them for inside the great state of Boyo, where the last time La Republique du Cameroun then organized attack them for this terrorist chief, General Buba, this murderer and war criminal, the person who orchestrated the killing of mothers, pregnant women in the northern part of his country in Cameroon. Same terrorists emerged on our streets in Boyo, and an insult to the dignity of our people for see the people where them be around. The Ambazonian soldier where he be done defect, will be help them for carry out those operations them, will be led to the killing of one of our top commander for Insa Boyo, for Insa Com, where they call a Commander J Boy, will be die, I think, on the 12th of June. The boy way the La Republique de show he say they drop a gun, where they call in a ras, he call himself a general for Fundong, na just a simple foot soldier. Na person way he real name na Onel, he be na picking for the quarter head way he did for Antoine. Antoine na some quarter for inside come na he pa be the quarter head for Antoine. Na he work with Ndang Dennis for join La Republique du Cameroun their mission for plan the attacks and way than the ongoing for inside Boyo, for inside Com in particular. And we need to keep our vigilant and also our forces them for inside 7 Kata for Bafut. They don't also be on alert, and they don't take various measures them for protect themselves against the attacks by La Republique's agent. We need to be much more careful and for take more active measures. Now laziness and lack of action on intelligence, now it always lead for all this shock the way we don't get them. So fellow Ambazonians, we need to fight for our country, and our people then go always be confused. I get a lot of inquiry them for our people them about what did happen now, who the talk so did they hear the one the come can talk on. When I get only one thing for no man no fit teach you who they work for Ambazonia, who they work for La Republique, and who they work for themselves. When I know very well, any man way he work for Ambazonia, time where them born our mammy them for Majang, when I go see how they wake up campaign for put pressure, make the thing be highlighted. Time where they key our people them for inside villages them, for inside ESO. Now who be the champion these causes? Time where La Republique be the one for label our forces them, say they conduct now the terrorists for born school them. Now who be the fight for political solution where you go give our picking them school for preserve our struggle. When I know the name for these people them, when I know who the fight for Ambazonia day in, day out, no man no need for tissue now. So if man just come out and say, man na La Republique agent, they want to work for La Republique, now just for you for laugh and then you move forward. More gonna need expect we for come explain and defend everything every time. When I know the truth, when I know say majority of our people them, they fight for this struggle, but they put their own interests and their own group interests ahead. Most of them they fight now for themselves. They the one for B for we, wait way La Republique be for we. They want be like CPDM, they want be like Pobia. So we know say we get misguided people, not necessarily say they work for the enemy, but they don't just be so partisan where their activity then they actually help now the enemy and it help for destroy Ambazonia. Those people them, now people they always lie. If you see some man for this struggle way, he be willing for lie. He be willing for go with anything way in it make sense. No say that person in no fit help Ambazonia, even if he need to work for La Republique. Even if they just be stupid, or they suffer from the wicked black man syndrome. as I be done tell una, now this mentality way he talk say I no go allow another man me go before. Now he the drive Ambazonia them. You see some man where he dey for struggle, he go shit down in quiet. He dey wait and say if he see some other man, if he say that man go in front, then he go start begin fight for bring it down. Now just the nature we will get them. So make this one no bother una. The right thing if he make and wanna be assured and say our platform, our group, our organization that fights for Ambazonia is the biggest and has the biggest influence on our people and on our soldiers. The vast majority of our soldiers have aligned and understood our political objective and our strategy to attain that political objective. We have the highest and toughest interaction with the international community to make this our proposition come true. So don't be worried. Shake no day. Shake no day. All man in place a day. Just respect people and understand the way they be weak and the way they be motivated by selfish means. Because for some of this group them for Ambazonia, they no feel live with the fact that they no go become president or they no go can rule that country. They no feel better me all things spoil. It no be different from the way they live for you and the way they fight we. Remember say the Ambazonian the way na CPDM them. They defied we even past the Bulu Beti people because they no fit imagine a scenario where we go win and then the common people they go turn out for front. So that the same thing amongst we Ambazonia. Those who them faces to one then are the common people them. They no fit believe say this struggle na the common people go can't turn out for front. But all those things they need the hell of we. Let us focus to liberate our country. Sometimes we come out to counter those people, not because that is what we want, but it's because sometimes we need to put them in their place. Otherwise, they will distract our people. So let's stay focused. Let's stay focused and liberate our homeland. The solution we have provided is the solution that will liberate our homeland. Most of our people who have been isolated away from this struggle are now coming back. Most segments of our communities that were isolated, alliances that we should have formed are being formed now. We want everybody, even you are an opposition party, speak for Ambazonia, speak for the truth. Even if you don't support the agenda for independence, speak against human rights violations, speak against what the Cameroon military are doing because that is the right thing. Do not be repelled by the past misbehavior that we have seen in our struggle. And for the soldiers who have been used for political ends within our political dynamic, focus on fighting the enemy. The blind checks which for partisanship have been given to soldiers that have in turn do what they have to do because they say power corrupts and absolute power even corrupts. Those soldiers have been corrupted not by their own devotion because these are people who gave up life to fight for their country, but they were corrupted by a system or political groups that seeks to give them blank check simply because they want blind loyalty. That also must come to an end. Let the examples of this week, I be done tell our people them, say if we not continue to follow misguided political agenda based on lies without any strong foundation, people who are leading you to hell for their own political objective, by the time our eye will open, we will not even have the leverage we have today. The leverage we have so far is our soldiers resisting militarily on the ground and providing the rule of the vanguard. Those rules have been compromised because the moral authority that comes from the diaspora have been diluted by partisanship and megalomaniac leaders who want to become presidents and leader of Ambazonia rather than putting the priority to liberate Ambazonian first. I have always warned our people, and most of the time they only realize what I'm saying 2 years down the line. Now I have given you the biggest warning. If we don't take the opportunity now to reposition our struggle to get the international support that we need and that can help our people attain progress. If our objective fail to garner the right support from the other groups that were supposed to come behind, they will come behind. If it fails, we are going to lose this war. And by the time our eye open 2 years down the line, we will not have the vanguard and the soldiers on the ground to be able to speak again for our country. It will just be noise. Take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. That is just the fact and that is just the reality. You are hearing from the most credible Ambazonian soldier who is in touch with the pulse of our streets. Stand up and fight appropriately. Respect your elders, respect everybody. Unite our people behind a common cause. When I see the way Paul Biya it work like chameleon. For Wagner group, they go kiss the ring for Vladimir Putin. Romance very well. Emmanuel Macron, he day for day. He believes say he need all the support we get them. For SDF people, them he try for kaju them. Catholic Church, he try for kaju them. Presbyterian Church, he try for kaju them. If ye, when I be the enemy, when I commit the highest crime them, it see the need for get alliances. What about us? What about us? We need to bring everybody together. Everybody in our community, whether you be a La Republique civil servant, whether you be whoever, whether you be a federalist, so long as you stand against human right violation, whether an Ambazonian human right violation or Cameroon human right violation, we know say you go stand, you be able to help us because we stand on the truth. Condemn bad thing as you see them. We know one Mr. Money had to be cool because of the arrogance of others. The time we will be to use insult for intimidate people them, for lies to people them are black leg, just make up stories about people them, for begin target innocent individual them, for political reasons, not for the reality of what they have done. Those times are over. A good soldier who fight for freedom do not fight for a salary. A person who speaks lie and propagate falsehoods and blackmail will not succeed. So let's stand up and do the right thing and fight and liberate our homeland while we still can. God bless you all. Capo Daniel, signing off.